All right, bless you, babe. All right, class, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we're doing our EOG review number 2 today. Remember, if you have questions, because I am recording my screen, please feel free to text me and remind if you do not want, because I'm not going to expose your question on my screen because I don't want that in my video. If it's something you can ask aloud, please make sure that you unmute yourself and let me know, okay? If I'm in the middle of conversation, feel free to use the raise your hand tool, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna go, yes, baby, go ahead. You need a pencil, ooh. Anybody got a pencil you can borrow? I don't think I have any more pencils, babe. I just have this one. Anybody else got one? I have any more pencils. I lend all pencils out.
Oh.
I think I done lend all them things out. Literally. I'm gonna have to buy some more pencils. You got one?
No, this is the one I have to give back to you.
Oh, yeah. Can you give that to him to use today?
It doesn't have an eraser and it barely has any eraser.
Let me see if I have any eraser. I do. You're welcome.
The eraser needs to be there to hold the thing.
Oh, the thing is missing?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Let me see if this even might stick in there. Just push it in there. See if it doesn't, don't worry about it. But it's better for him to have something than nothing. Yeah. Can you let him use that one? Yeah.
Does this have lead?
It has lead. Yeah.
Oh.
Did it fall out of here?
Yeah.
Here. You can put a piece of lead in there. All right. Okay, make sure that you have a working calculator. Again, I'm going to go ahead and go down to this page right here. If we want to go to our weekly page, let me do that first. Okay, y'all. Skipping ahead, I want to jump right into it. This is week 6. Okay. If we forgot something this week, please go back and watch your videos. I was able to put those video links in here. Okay, and then this right here, you can go directly to the page that I was getting ready to go to initially. Okay, this is the assignment that we're doing today. We're going to go over Pythagorean Theorem and volume problems. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Open up a new window. I just did that just to make it bigger so that you can have a larger screen to work with. Again, you can use the drawing tool here. You can use the eraser, the shapes, the text boxes. We're going to show our work in these boxes right here that are along the sides. I put a little extra box in here. That's okay. We're going to show our graph paper for this problem right here. It's going to be at the bottom of the page. Okay, but we're going to use these boxes underneath or on the side to show our work. Please make sure that you show your work in order to get 100% credit for this assignment. Also, make sure that you have your graphic calculator available. Okay. All right, and if you need some scrap paper, any scrap paper or work that you show on a separate piece of paper, please make sure that you upload to this document, and then just as we've been doing all year, and then submit this assignment. I'm going to go to my doc cam. Okay. Up some. All right, good people. So we're on EOG review number 2, Pythagorean Theorem and volume. This is the first question. It says, find the length of the unknown side. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Because this is a right triangle, you can use Pythagorean theorem. Remember that Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagorean theorem is only used to find the missing measurement or the missing length of one of the sides in a right triangle. Your A and your B are your legs, the sides that form the right angle. So they've already labeled this as B. So we're going to label this side as A, and the side opposite of the right angle is going to be C. Okay, it's going to be letter C. So we're going to substitute the information that we have to find the information or the missing length here. So A is 9 meters. So we're going to put 9 in the place of A and bring down the squared. B we don't know, so we just bring down the B squared. And C is 13. So we're going to replace C with 13 and bring down the squared. Okay, with this, we're going to use our calculator. This would, of course, be on calculator active. We're going to clear our calculator. Second plus 712. Oops. Let me do that again. Second plus number 7, 1, and 2. All right, so we cleared our calculator there. Just cleared our calculator. All right, so 9 squared is 9 times 9. What's 9 times 9?
81.
Very good. What's 13 times 13?
169.
Very good, 169. Okay. So now we need to get B by itself. So we get rid of this 81. This is a positive 81. So the opposite of adding is to do what? Subtract it. Very good, babe. So now 81 minus 81 is 0. So we're left with the B squared on this side. And now we're going to type in 169 minus 81. 169 minus 81. And what does that give us? 88. Okay, so your last step here, somebody coming in. Give me 1 second, y'all. The last step here is to get rid of this squared. So you have B is equal to. So the opposite of squaring a number is the
Finding the square root.
finding the square root. Great job. So we're going to type in square root of 88. So this is how you type in square root of 88. You press the second button, and then you go down and press the X squared button, which is right here. And that puts the square root symbol. Then 88 and press enter. And it says round your answer to the nearest tenth. So that's 1 space behind the decimal. So that's going to be 9. You got 38, it's going to be 9.4. Yep. So my answer here is about 9.4 meters. Okay. If you are still writing this down, please raise your hand if you're in the classroom. If you're at home, please use the raise your hand tool to let me know you need more time. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep going, okay? No one raised their hand. I'm going to keep going. All right, so number 2, it says, find the area and the lengths of the shortest side of the right angle below. Okay, so we're going to find the area and the length of the shortest side of the right. This is the right triangle right here. So we need to find the length of this side and the area of this square. So look, these two areas together, this is a right triangle. So A squared, which is saying the area of one of the legs of the triangles plus the area of the other square. This area plus this area is equal to that third area. So these two areas right here should be equal to this area right here when you add them together. So to figure out this area, all I have to do is take 64 and subtract it from this 100. Okay, because these two areas together is equal to that third area here. So I'm going to say 100 minus 64. What's 100 minus 64? 36. So this area is 36, okay? So if this area is 36, then what's the length of one of those sides? Remember, it's a square. That means all the sides are the same. All the sides are the same. Okay, so that means you can use the formula for area of a square, which is s to the second power. And since A is 36, plug in 36 here. So now to find the side length, this side length, what's the opposite of squaring a number? What did we say that was?
Finding the square root.
Finding the square root. So we're going to find the square root. What's the square root of 36? What number can be multiplied times itself to give me 36? 6. So 6 is my answer for the side length. So this side length is 6. All right. So which one of these is the answer? We said, very good, it's A. We said the area is 36 and the side length is 6. So A is going to be our answer there. Okay, if you're at home, use the razor, and I'll go ahead and put this here. The area of what did we do? The area of this one right here was missing, but the area of this one was 64, and the area of this was 100. So all we did was say 100 minus the 64, and that's how we got 36 as the area of the little one. Okay, that's how we did it. So if you're wondering what I did, if you didn't see that part, then that's what I did to get that part. This area was missing. Any questions, comments, or concerns about that? Now, remember, you won't have the exact same problem, but you will have problems that are similar to these, okay? So if it's something that you really don't understand, today would be the day to say, can you help me with that problem? How did you get that answer, okay? All right, I'm going to move on to the next one, unless we have any questions. All right, good people. Number 5, okay? Remember this, we're going to submit this as soon as we finish. So please make sure that you keep up with what I'm doing. The length of the two sides of a right triangle are legs 7 meters, and the hypotenuse is 11, okay? So the length, let's see, hold on. We're going to draw a right triangle first, so that'll make it easier. And it says the two lengths of the sides of a right triangle are legs, okay? And we got 7 meters, and the hypotenuse is 11. So we only got two sides really that they told us. This is my right angle. They told us one of the legs is 7, and they said the hypotenuse, which is the side opposite of the right angle, is 11. Okay, but they didn't tell us what this third side is right here. So we're solving for B, right? This side is A, this side is B, and the slanted side opposite of the right angle is C. Very good. So this is, we're going to do the same thing we did in number 1, the first one that we did. So we use A squared plus B squared equals C squared, okay? Remember, if you have questions, feel free to stop me. That's good.
I know, like it's so simple too.
That is so good. All right, so we got 7, we put in the place of A. So this is 7 squared, plus B is what's missing, and C is 11. So we got 11 squared, okay? So now, what's 7 squared? What's 7 times 7? 49. Good job. Bring down the B squared. Anybody know what's 11 times 11? 121. Good job. Okay. If you don't know, guys, make sure you use your calculator, okay? All right, so now we need to get B by itself. So we're going to get rid of the 49 first. This is a positive 49. So you don't see a negative in front of it, so it's a positive. How do you get rid of a positive 49? Very good, babe. So when we subtract 49 on both sides, this is gone, and I'm left with the B squared is equal to, and I'm going to subtract, type this in my calculator. Okay. Very good. So if you need to see that, look at what they did. 121 minus the 49. You see, and they got 72. So my last step, what am I going to do to get rid of the square? Find the square root. Find the square root. So again, to type in the square root in my calculator, I press the second button here and the x squared button. Okay. And now I'm going to type in the number 72 and press enter. Okay. And it tells us to round it to the nearest tenths place. So that's one space behind the decimal. So this is 8 point what? 8.5. So B is about 8.5. and it's meters. So what letter choice is that? B. Okay. All right. If you're at home, use the raise your hand tool if you have a question, or if you need me to pause for a second. If you're here in the classroom, please raise your hand. All right, I see no hand raises, guys. Please don't hesitate to ask questions. We're moving on to the next one, okay? All right, number 14, which really not number 14, but you know. It says a cube, so remember what a cube looks like. It means all the sides. If you don't know how to draw a cube, it's okay. But this is what a cube looks like. That's a visual. A cube means that all these lengths, widths, and heights are all the same. They're all the same. The thing that we remember about the volume of a cube is that the volume of a cube, since all the sides are same, is s to the third power. Okay, you don't have to say length times width times height. You don't have to use 3 different numbers because all of the length, the width, the height is all the same. So you can use the same letter. Side times side times side. So it's side to the third power. It says that a cube has a volume of 512 cubic feet, okay, or feet to the third power. What is the length of the edges? So all you're going to do, you're going to use the formula for volume of a cube, and you're going to substitute what V is, what the volume is, which is 512. Now you can solve for S, okay? The opposite of cubing a number is finding the cube root. Okay. So that means one number can be multiplied times itself, not just 2 times now, but since it's cube root, it can be multiplied times itself 3 times to give you 512. So we're going to find the cube root in the calculator. Cube root of this number right here, 512. Watch where I go, my calculator. My calculator, I'm going to press the math button, and the math button is right here. This is what I get. Now I'm going to go down and find cube root. Cube root is right here at number 4. So I'm going to arrow down to number 4, press enter, and now I'm going to type in 512, and press enter. So my answer here is 8, because 8 times 8 times 8 gives me 512. So this is 8. So each side length is 8. Because 8 times 8 times 8, see, 8 times 8 times 8 is equal to 512. All right. So it's going to be 8 feet. That's C. Okay. And if you're not sure, you can multiply 6 times 6 times 6 and see if it gives you 512. 7 times 7 times 7 to see if it gives you 512. 8 times 8 times 8. 9 times 9 times 9 to see which one would have given you the correct answer. Okay, if you're at home, use the raise your hand tool. If you have a question. Yes, babe. All right, let's move on to number 15. Okay. It says the bottom of the ladder must be placed 3 feet away from the wall. So the bottom of the ladder is placed 3 feet away from the wall. The ladder is 10 feet long. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So let's draw this diagram. I'm going to use this space right here so I can use this to show my work. So this is the wall, and this is my ladder. So you get a visual, okay? And it says that the bottom of the ladder, this is the bottom of the ladder, is placed 3 feet away from the wall. So this is 3 feet right here. From here to here is 3 feet. Okay. Then it says the ladder is 10 feet long. So the length of this ladder is 10 feet. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So the ladder touches the wall here. So what's this length? Okay. So this is a right triangle, right? So we can use Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay. So now we're going to substitute these values into this formula. Remember, this side right here is my A, and this is my A and my B, so we're going to label this B. And the side opposite of the right angle is my C. Okay, so A is missing, B is 3, and C is 10. So now let's simplify. We have A is missing. What's 3 times 3? 9. Remember, when you have 3 to the second power, that's the same as saying 3 times 3. Okay? That's 9. What's 10 times 10? 100. Now what do we do to get A by itself? What do we have to move? Come on, guys. Then what? No, we don't move the squared first. Go back and look at what we did in the other problems. We didn't remove the squared until the end. Yep, we move the numbers first and we do the square part at the end, okay? So how do we move a positive 9? You subtract it. Okay. So when you subtract 9 on both sides, this is gone and we're left with the A squared. Bring down your equal sign. So now we're going to type in 100 minus 9. What's 100 minus 9? 91. Now in the end, we got to get rid of the squared. So what do we do to get rid of the squared? What do we do to get rid of the squared? What do we do before? What's the opposite of squaring a number? Finding the square root. Very good, babe. Finding the square root. Okay, I'm not hearing anything away from the people that's at home. Guys, I need to know that you're there, okay? All right, so now we want to find the square root of 91. So we're going to type that in. Second square root sign, 91. Press enter there. Okay, and we're rounding that to the nearest 10th place. So what's that going to be when we round this to the nearest 10th place? Say again. To the nearest 10th. One space behind the decimal. You round to the nearest whole number. Right. It's going to be about 9.5. Okay. And the units is feet. So 9.5 feet is A. Okay. Are there any questions? All right, good folks. Keep going. Let's look at one like this one right here. It says find the distance between the 2 points. So you have to graph these 2 points, connect them, and see if you can find the distance, how long it is. So we're going to use graph paper to graph both points. We have -3 and -4 and 1 and 6. So use scroll down to the bottom where the graph is, and we're going to try to find towards the center one of these lines. Trace the line that's there. And the highest number was -6 or something, -4. Oh, +6. +6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I can put my. Okay. So I'm gonna trace these 2 lines. Okay. So now I'm gonna graph that first point. I'm gonna graph that first point. Well, I forgot what the first point was. -3 and -4 is first. So start at the origin. -3 on the X is this way to the left. 1, 2, 3. That's -3 on the X. And -4 is down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my point right here. This is -3, comma, -4. Okay. Make sure you graph it. I went to the left 3 times and down 4. My next point or ordered pair, what is that one? Is 1, 6. Okay. +1, start at the origin, is 1 time to the right. +6 is up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here. So now I'm gonna take my straight edge of my paper or something, and I'm gonna draw my line. I'm gonna connect this point from here to here. Try to draw a straight line. So now I need to figure out what is this measurement right here. So let me show you how to do that. Easy, quick way to do this is to draw a right triangle and use Pythagorean theorem. So from this point, I'm gonna use just my grid lines. I'm gonna trace this grid line all the way down. And I'm gonna trace this grid line all the way across so that I can form a right triangle. Trace the grid lines. Okay, so now I'm gonna count the length from here to here. So look at how I count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10. So this is 10 units long. Okay. And now I'm going to count my units from here to here. This is 1. This is 2, 3, 4 units long. Okay. So my legs are 4 and 10. Okay. So I'm going to use those two measurements and put in the Pythagorean theorem. Anyone still copying this? Okay, I'll pause right here. Okay, babe? Let me know when you finish copying it. Okay, all right. Anybody at home still copying? You okay? All right. Okay, so let's use Pythagorean theorem. That's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And remember, our legs were 4 and 10. So we can put either one in either 4 and 10 or 10 and 4. And we're looking for c. Okay. So now, what's 10 times 10? 100 plus, what's 4 times 4? So we got 16. So now we want to add these together. So we get 116. Now, again, do you remember? How do we get rid of the squared? What's the opposite of squaring a number? Finding the square root. So now we have to type in the square root of 116, okay? So let's do the square root of 116. All right, so remember the second button, x squared, that gives you square root, and we're going to type in 116. Press enter. And it says round to the nearest 10th place. So what would this be? What is it? What would this be? Yes. Mm-hmm. They put 10.6, didn't they? Let me double check, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let me check my points first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's right. So we're going to pick the closest answer. What's the closest answer here? Say again, baby. B. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do the next one. And we're going to put C here. C really was about 10.8. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So it says a cylinder well. So a cylinder looks like this. Let's see. If you can't draw a cylinder, it's okay. A cylinder well has a radius of 10. So a radius goes halfway through the center. So this is the radius right here. R is equal to 10. And 10, let's see, of 10, and a height of 15. So the height, H, is 15 feet. Okay. All right, what is the volume of the well? It's supposed to be of the well, the water. What? Oh no, we'll take. Say right. All right, so we're finding the volume. Volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times the height. Okay, pi r squared times the height. You have to know that by heart because as you see, they don't give those formulas to you. Okay, and I think on Monday we're gonna put this stuff on note cards. So if you have some note cards, those of you that are at home and in the classroom, please bring some note cards with you on Monday. Okay. All right, so we have V is equal to pi. We're going to type this in the calculator. And then R is 10 squared times the height, which is 15. Okay, so let's type this in the calculator and see what we get. Okay. And we're going to round to the nearest 10th place. So we got pi. Look at where pi is in the calculator. It's the second button and the caret key. This is how we get pi in the calculator. You need to know that. You're going to have to use it. Then we got times 10 squared. You can use the caret key squared there if you want to, or you can use the x squared button. And times 15. Times 15. And that's how you type that in. Now we're going to press enter and round this to the nearest 10th place. So this is 4,712.4. Okay, so volume is about, let's not put equal, it's about 4,712.4. And since this is volume, it's going to be feet to the third power. Everybody okay with that? Yeah, sure. Let me know when you're ready, okay? No questions? Okay. Make sure you practice using that calculator. Guys, when you come to the school, you're going to be given a calculator to use. This calculator, and they give you access to the Desmos calculator. I'm not the best on the Desmos calculator because it doesn't do as much as I like for it to do. But it is an option if you want to use that as well. Okay. All right. So it says the water pipe has a radius of 10 centimeters. Okay. So we're again talking about a pipe is a cylinder shape. So I'm going to draw another cylinder. Pipe is kind of a skinnier cylinder. So the radius, again, is halfway through it. Diameter goes all the way through. The radius is half of that. So your R is equal to 5. The height is 7. Okay, so 7 centimeters. H is equal to 7 centimeters. That gives you a visual. What is the volume? So again, you're going to use the same formula. pi r squared times the height. And we're going to substitute the values in. So we got v is equal to pi. And you got times your radius is 5. And we're going to square it. Times, I'm going to use dot for times here, 7. That's the height. So we're going to type this in a calculator. And again, we're going to round to the nearest tenths place. So let me put about. Okay, so let's do this again. We have, sometimes they'll tell you to use, sometimes they'll say use 3 1400ths for pi. If they tell you to use 3 1400ths for pi, then plug in 3 1400ths. If they don't, and it's calculator active, then please type pi in so you can get as close to the answer as you can. All right, so we're going to type in pi. So that's going to be second, caret key, that's pi. Then we have times 5 squared times 7. Okay, so we got that. Press enter and look at what this gives us. 549 point, and we're going to round to the nearest tenths place, so that's 0.8. Okay, so this is 549.8. And this is going to be centimeters to the third power because it's volume. Okay. All right, y'all okay? All right, we're almost done. Anyone still copying? You still copying? Okay, let me know when you're finished. Okay. All right, we're on this one. We're on the last two. Okay, so you okay? Oh, I thought you said you were done. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, and the last two. It says the base of the cone shape. So cone shape looks like this. You can draw it going this way, or you can draw it going this way. Okay. All right, so we got a cone base shaped glass. Okay, is 12 inches, and it is, say, the base. All right, so it's telling you that this length right here all the way across is 12 inches. This is the base part. So that length all the way across is really the diameter. The diameter is equal to 12. If the diameter is 12, you don't need the diameter for these formulas. You have to know the radius. So how do we find the radius if the diameter is 12? What's the radius going to be? It's going to be 6. Good. You have to divide it by 2, and so you're going to get 6 here. Okay? So this is super important. You got to be able to do that. Now the height, that's the height from here to here, how tall it is. The height from here to here is 18. Okay? So what is the volume of the soda pop? So we got, remember that the cylinder is pi r squared times h. Well, the cone is a third of it. It takes 3 of these to fill up a cylinder. So we're going to put 1/3 in front of the formula for a cylinder. So we're going to type it in the same way, only we're going to type in the 1/3, then we're going to type in times pi, then we're going to type in times 6 to the second power times how tall it is, which is 18. So let's do this together. Okay. To type in the fraction 1/3, show you how to do that. I'm gonna do parentheses 1 divided by 3. Then I'm gonna type in times pi, which is second. Yeah, I know. I don't go until after that class goes anyway. Second pi, or caret key, sorry, times 6 to the second power, then times 18. That's how I type that in. So now I'm going to press enter, and that gives me, rounded to the nearest 10th place, 678.6. Okay, so now the last one that I want you to do is a sphere. So I'm going to write the formula for you. You got to know this by heart. 4/3 pi r to the third power. So if they give you the diameter, which is 45, in order to find the radius, you got to cut this in half, divided by 2. So what's 45 divided by 2? 22.5. So this is what you're going to put here. So don't forget, put this in parentheses when you multiply. Then type in times the pi. Then type in the radius. Oops, sorry, y'all. To the third power. And then put your answer in. After you finish this, guys, please make sure that you submit. You got it, baby? Okay. All right. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Is there anyone that's still copying this? Okay. All right. Those of you that are ready to exit, that's in the classroom, please go ahead and do so. And have a great, great weekend. You too. Those of you that are at home and are ready to exit, please exit at this time and have a wonderful weekend. Okay, I'm going to leave that up there for those of you that are still copying to copy. I don't want to rush you off. Okay. I'm going to let my class in. You need me to take a picture of this one? Where's my phone? That's the thing. I don't even know. I can. Give me a second. I don't even know what I did. Honestly, here we go. Alexis, are you bullying her?
No. She doesn't have her mask on.
Alexis, you got that mask on. Okay.
She did it while she turned around.
Yeah, y'all gotta keep that mask on, okay? That's important. Talia, you still copying? Oh, you finished, baby? Bye, sweetie.
Have a beautiful weekend.
You too, sweetheart.
So you said your office hours are at like 2 o'clock, right?
When? Today? You mean today? I can be here at 2. Do you need me?
Um,
Do you need me to be here?
Not really.